The United States Air Force has deployed B-52 Stratofortress bombers to the Middle East in a move meant to send a warning to Iran. There are reports that Iran is planning a counter-tit-for-tat strike on Israel following a large Israeli airstrike that reportedly naturalized all of Iran's remaining Russian-supplied S-300A defense systems, leaving Iran without high-level air defense. Around 100 Israeli aircraft were used in the operation, including F-16, F-15, and F-35, and there were no losses. Today, the U.S. Central Command tweeted B-52 Stratofortress strategic bombers from Minot Air Force Base's 5th Bomb Wing arrived in the U.S. Central Command Area of Responsibility. This follows an announcement on Friday that the U.S. would deploy B-52 bombers, fighter jets, refueling aircraft, and the Navy's destroyers to the region. It is unclear how many B-52s are being deployed to the Middle East and how long they will stay there. The 5th Bomb Wing is based at Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, and is one of only 2 active-duty Boeing B-52H Stratofortress wings. The U.S. has long pledged to help defend from attack and to safeguard America's forces in the region. Or Iranian-backed groups have repeatedly attacked U.S. forces in the Middle East over the last year. This comes as the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier and her strike group prepare to leave the region, and as Iran mulls launching another attack on Israel. Iran has few ways to strike Israel as its Houthi. Iran lacks an aircraft that doesn't resemble a museum, leaving missiles and drones as its primary way to strike Israel. Recently, the United States carried out a strike using the largest and deepest penetrating bomb in the world, the 30,000-pound Massive Ordnance Penetrator, against underground Houthi targets. The move was seen as a warning that these missiles could be used to dig out Iran's nuclear facilities in the mountains should the U.S. choose to do so. The strikes were carried out with B-2 Spirits. The B-2 Spirit is believed to be the only aircraft able to carry Massive Ordnance Penetrator bombs, although they have been tested with B-52 in the past. It's possible B-52s are not used as they are vulnerable to air defense. But then again, Israel just reportedly destroyed Iran's air defense in a single night with no losses. The United States military said Monday it flew a pair of nuclear-capable B-52 long-distance bombers over the Middle East in a show of force, the latest such mission in the region as Houthi tensions. The bombers took off from the Royal Air Force Base at Fairford, England, and flew over the eastern Mediterranean, the Arabian Peninsula, and the Red Sea on Sunday in training missions together with Kuwaiti and Saudi warplanes, as well as U.S. ground and naval units, before departing the region, according to an Air Force's Central News release. Threats to the U.S. and our partners will not go unanswered. Lieutenant General Alexis Grinkewich, the top U.S. Air Force officer in the Middle East, said in a statement, "Missions like this showcase our ability to combine forces to deter and, if necessary, defeat our adversaries." This bomber task force is a strong, clear representation of enduring U.S. commitment to the region, said Lieutenant General Alexis Grinkewich, commander of the 9th Air Force Central, in the news release. In addition to maintaining a sufficient, sustainable force posture, AFCENT is able, in concert with our partners, to rapidly inject overwhelming combat power into the region on demand. Threats to the U.S. and our partners will not go unanswered. Missions like this BTF showcase our ability to combine forces to deter and, if necessary, defeat our adversaries. The B-52H Stratofortresses arrived in England from Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, where they are assigned to the 5th Bomb Wing. It is the 2nd B-52 Bomber Task Force deployment to Fairford this year, following a 2-month trip that ended in April. While deployed, they are under the command of the 23rd Expeditionary Bomb Squadron. Although the U.S. military's Central Command did not mention Iran, Washington has frequently dispatched B-52 bombers to the region as hostilities simmered between the U.S. and Iran. The last such flyover. The B-52 primary advantage lies in its ability to fly long-range missions without the need for forward basing. With a combat radius exceeding 4,000 nautical miles, with aerial refueling, the bomber can launch from the U.S. mainland or other distant bases and deliver precision or area munitions anywhere in the Middle East. This range, coupled with an internal weapons bay and wing pylons, capable of carrying up to 70,000 pounds of mixed ordnance, including precision-guided munitions, cruise missiles, and conventional bombs, makes the B-52 one of the most flexible platforms in U.S. military aviation. In the Middle East, where airspace access and political considerations often complicate forward basing, the B-52 allows U.S. commanders to maintain a persistent presence and rapid strike capability. The aircraft's versatility enables it to perform various mission sets, from show-of-force patrols to close air support, CAS, and strategic strikes on hardened or time-sensitive targets. The B-52 combat debut in the Middle East came during the Gulf War. In Operation Desert Storm, B-52 flew from Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean to strike Iraqi military installations and troop concentrations. These missions demonstrated the aircraft's endurance, with sorties lasting over 30 hours. The B-52's ability to deliver large payloads, particularly cluster munitions, was instrumental in degrading Iraq's ground forces ahead of the coalition ground assault.